Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Untitled Tarot. Now this is a general reading for the new moon in Gemini. So May the 22nd. Well, depending where you are. I think it might be the 23rd somewhere, but I think mainly May the 22nd, depending where you are in the world. Now, this is quite a complicated new moon, so I'm not going to dive into the astrology for it greatly, because there's loads of professional astrologers here on YouTube who have done it so much better than me. And if you want to see their interpretations of it, there's a link down below for my for the Facebook group for this channel, and I post all of their videos there as well. Now, this is a bulk introduction, so you can watch more than one of them, because watch your sun, watch your moon, watch your rising, like I say every single time. And if you don't know what your moon and rising are, there's a link down below as well for a free birth chart. It's really important to watch your rising, because then you also know what house the new moon or whatever event is occurring in. As long as you know what your rising or ascendant is, that'll explain a lot. Right, so being a general reading rules apply. If there's another person who features in here, which don't often, but it does happen, roles can be reversed. I can assume I'm talking about them and I'm talking about you, and vice versa, because the cards don't come with name tags. Timing is hardly absolute. This is a weird new moon, because you could say its energies last for 2 weeks, because the full moon is a lunar eclipse, so that will supersede the new moon energy. However, new moons set things, they plant things, they start the creation of things. So there's a cycle from this new moon in Gemini to the full moon in Gemini, which I assume is about 6 months down the line. I assume they're about 6 months away. Are they? Yeah, I'll assume. I'm sure it's not. No, it's about a month away, isn't it? Anyway, I'll work that out later. Brain is obviously not firing on all cylinders right now. Like I say, general reading. However, this reading either is for you or it isn't, because it does have a bit of a past and a present. So if the past and the present don't fit, it's a Celtic cross spread. It's the way I read. It's not really a take what resonates, leave the rest. It's either take the lot or don't. But what I would like you to do is ask a question beforehand. So pause the video if you have to, take a moment to think about all of the questions that surround you. Focus on one of them, because energy in, energy out. Basically you focus, hopefully gives the reading energy, and I return that to you in the reading. But be aware of all of the questions, because the cards will answer whatever they please to, and not necessarily what you and I think is the most important question. Now back to this new moon in Gemini. It is a moon that is seeking to find the truth. It is the Gemini energy is one that likes to look at things from both sides, take things to bits to examine it, separate them so they can join them back together again. But at the same time, we've got Venus retrograde square Neptune, plus we've got all the other retrogrades that are occurring, Saturn, Jupiter, all of those that are going on, so that you need to be aware that really it's truth that's close to home. It's personal truth that you are trying to find. And also, what is true right now might not still be true in 2 or 3 weeks' time. However it works, it might not still be true. So it's personal truth in the moment, living in the now. That's always a good new age hippie concept, isn't it? Living in the now. And I think this new moon in Gemini certainly is going to give us an opportunity to examine our nows and see, are we really living in it, and what do we want to change if we are? Okay, so that's enough waffle out of me. Like I say, look at the astrologers videos in the Facebook group. Now, in that Facebook group, you can message me directly if you want a personal reading. You can also message me through Twitter and Tumblr. The details are down below. Other than that, please press the like button if you like the reading, or the subscribe button. Definitely the subscribe button. It really helps the channel, or as Namaste TV call it, the Google politics. But let me shut up now and bring up the cards for you. Right then, Gemini, and welcome Gemini Rising and Gemini Moon after the timestamp. Now, it appears to me that you have a choice to make. We have the Lovers as the central card, clarified by the Seven of Cups. So the Lovers can often be a decision or a choice, an either or situation. And the Seven of Cups discusses the many options that you have at the moment. It appears that one of them appears very attractive. However, it's something that could be so easily destroyed, and I think that you're aware of this. It is a happy situation, but at mercy of the Wheel of Fortune. And it's really interesting to note that the Archontic, the God force that's trying to suppress you and trying to keep you away from your divine ideal is Eros with desire. So there is something that you can see. I really want it, but I can see that it might fall to pieces at any second. Yeah, absolutely. Now, what Spirit's bringing in for you is a really curious mix. We have the clarity of the Ace of Swords, clarified by the confusion of the Hanged Man. So it's almost like as soon as you get an answer to one question, it opens up several more. Now, I feel that this is for a reason. It's to get you to ask these questions. And that clarity should help with slowly going, not that option, not that option. What have I got left? And choosing very carefully. Seven of Swords here, clarifying Knight of Wands. Choosing very carefully and strategically how you are going to move forward, how you are going to progress within this situation, because there is a commitment that you need to make, but this commitment needs to be based on a level of truth. We have Person here with the Four of Wands, knows all things hidden, answers truly about things earthly or divine. So you need to keep asking the questions and delve into the truth. This is a brilliant new moon. I mean, this is your new moon. Brilliant time for intention setting for you. And I think, although intention setting might be what a lot of the astrologers and other similar advisors would push forward, looking at these cards, what I would say is parameter setting. You know, if the intention setting is I will be happy, and the parameter is I will be happy in these sort of situations, but I don't want that in my life anymore. It's that picking and choosing out of these options of which you're going to take on board and which you're not going to take on board, because you know that you're moving. Okay, so we have Six of Swords for how you are feeling, clarified by the King of Cups. So you've got an idea about where it is that you're wanting to move to, and you're emotionally okay with that. It's almost like you need the world to catch up because you've already had one new beginning recently. And that was something that you were committed to, and I think that commitment needs reevaluating in a way, not in a way of do I still need this commitment, but why did I commit to this in the first place? And those lessons and reasons need to come on board more. I mean, it may be that you reevaluate this commitment and go, yeah, I don't want to do it anymore. But with Person here bringing the Four of Wands in, I feel that this commitment is still very valid. I mean, it's treated you well. It's clarified by the Eight of Pentacles. It was a new beginning and a good materiality to it as well. But what you're moving into is moving forward. This will take strength to move forward, but that's because there are so many different options at the moment. The one option that you don't have is standing still, as I was saying. How you're feeling, Six of Swords. We have from the Wisdom of the House of Knight, the Movement card. Collapses, it's number 29, so collapses to an 11. Again, twin pillars. Again, that thought of choice, the either or, the overcoming a duality. Maybe there's a commitment that you can move forward and still keep that commitment. And that's, I think, maybe the middle ground that's being called for here. Because you have to accept, we have acceptance here. You have to accept that, I think you have to accept that you've made this commitment in the past and you need to stick with it, because it's led you good places and it will lead you good places. We have the angel prince of the south. I let go of all pain and tension as I float in the sea of divine love. This, you knew why you committed to it before. That commitment needs some extra oomph. Yeah, you've been hurt by it, but you have the strength to progress forward. And there's certain wounds that just occur because of life, and it's not anybody's fault. It's life. Completely ignoring the conscious creation and manifestation of your own universe argument there. But, you know, it's life. You don't have to hold it against yourself that you went through one lesson or another, or one pain or another. It is that, okay, that's over and done with now. You are to move forward, but you're moving forward. You notice this arrow from the 2 4s right to the 3. You are moving forward. It reminds me of a yod in astrology, the finger of God, for the pure shape of it. You are moving forward in a way that I feel keeps the commitment. But whatever all this is, time is ticking away because, like I said, 6 of Swords, movement. Oh, and the Chariot on the bottom of the deck. On the other bottom of the clarification deck, we have the 9 of Wands. You're nearly there. And from the Moonology Oracle, a fiery climax approaches. So whatever all of these options are, looks like you're going to have to choose one of them, and quickly. You know, the either orness needs to be put to rest. And I believe that some news will come to you that will assist with this. We have Gabriel, the angel of heralds. So there is certainly a opening up of a whole new world. Remember, he was the one who gave the Annunciation to Mary. So there's that opening up of a whole new world. But I do see that this commitment that you've made in the past seems to be the foundation for it, the basis for it. And this new shiny thing that looks oh so happy and oh so great could be a job offer that has, you know, good wages and what have you, but good wages for 2 months and then you get let go again. That sort of situation could be one thing that's, you know, if it's a occupation choice, because it is at the mercy of the whims of fate. Things could change on a dime. But you make the decision based on the commitments that you've already made, so that you're feeling, yes, you've been called to re-examine them, and yes, that they've hurt you, but Chiron, with his wound, without his wound, he would have never have gone to the gods, and without going to the gods, he would have never gained immortality. They never cured his wounds. There's some wounds that won't go away. But it thrust him even further into the arts of healing that he was already a major student of, and he just knew he couldn't heal it. So he got an external help. So maybe there's a symbol in that there is, this maybe needs to be talked out, especially with the Lover's card being there. Oh, and 2 of Cups in your hopes and fears here. There is elements of communication in both of those cards, because it's not just a decision, it's an agreement. But with this commitment already being there, could it be revitalizing an agreement? Or could it be, right, we have this commitment, this is the foundation that we're working on, and now we move forward. But you're worried that you expressing your power in this situation will disrupt that form of agreement, and I don't think it would. I really don't think it would with this. But again, it is something that is, I say again because Taurus got 9 of Pentacles in their final outcome as well. It's something that's totally reliant on yourself. You have the chance for an end to torment. So somewhere this torment, and I feel that the torment is you going, I really want that, my life is incomplete without this thing. But you know that this thing is so ephemeral and so very mercy to the whims of fate, you know, that it could disappear, it could be burnt up or destroyed like that. Is that really what you want to go to? Or do you want to work on the firm foundation of the commitment that you've already made and isn't going away by the looks of it? It's just directing you to a whole new world, which is what Gabriel is announcing for you. But be aware of what your desire is at the moment, because Venus retrograde and Venus square Neptune, both of these things make the fields of desire a little bit muddy and murky and full of illusions and deceptions and mirages and all that sort of thing. So be aware that some of these choices are mirages, and I think this clarity that Spirit is bringing in will help you go, right, that option, yeah, it's no good. Okay, but what does knowing that open up for me? How can I get what I wanted out of that option somewhere else? You know, so there's a real thought-provoking element being put into the confusion that you are being given, but it's also testing your strength within all of this Venus retrograde, Venus square Neptune going on. You know, so there is, you can have an end to this torment. And like I say, I think this torment is some form of desire that is making where you are right now not as satisfactory as it was. But then you take where you are right now and you move the whole thing to somewhere new. The whole thing. The commitments that you're keeping. But you choose what you can leave behind. But I don't think what you'll be leaving behind, what you'll be surging ahead with, is the commitment. You just have to be very strategic about how you are moving ahead. So if this means anything to you, Gemini, which I hope it does, it sounds quite specific, then comment down below, press like and subscribe button while you're passing, because they do help the channel and the video. Thank you so much for those who have subscribed and given me likes and what have you so far. Join the Facebook group. You can contact me through there for a personal reading if you wish, and there will be more readings soon. I haven't got as far as working out which one's the next one that I'm doing, but there will be more readings soon. All right? Cheers.